Hello gang, this is Muck and I'm here with another video about Sea of Conquest, Pirate War. I was happily playing Sea of Conquest and thinking that the S5 trinkets seemed not to be so good. And suddenly, I jumped into this. We will review these attacks against Sahara and her trinket, so you know what it's worth between the hero and the trinket. But first, if you like my video, don't forget to like it after watching it. You know, I'll be very grateful. Going into S5, I thought, well, I will practically get Sahara with 6 stars thanks to just logging in daily during the season. So I went for Cartal in the recruitment. And regarding their trinkets, I didn't find them very interesting. The truth is that I do like Cartal as a hero. He really was an improvement on my Warhammer over Luna. But then, I met Creative at the Straight Clashes. I wanted to challenge him to test my fleet. Creative with a flagship level 42 but with lower attack ships. And an interesting setup. The flagship with Cordelia as captain, Sharky as a first mate and Django, and the Scepter with the crew we normally see in the flagship, Ahab, Ovi, and Agnes. The result? He destroyed my fleet. And going through the report, I found something very interesting that left me scratching my head. His Orochi went off with 34 million damage, with Sahara being the one that stand out with 18 million damage on her own. So I went to take a look at his setup. He has Sahara with her main skill at level 10, the others at level 2, and her trinket at level 100. To prove it, I had to attack him again. This time, my Warhammer and the Scepter saved my honor by sinking his flagship before Creative's Orochi again annihilated my fleet, as again it dealt heavy damage on my fleet, with 37 million. For my part, I was pleasantly surprised that despite being sunk, my Stormbringer dealt good damage, with the Crow being the main star, and from the Scepter, Lester and Tanaka dealt a good combined damage, even though they are only 2 attack heroes plus Cordelia, and despite having Tanaka in the wrong spot. So, since I'm missing a lot of experience to be able to level up Sahara, but I did have a few golden conks, so I went for Sahara's trinket, the Shadow Serpent. I disassembled the spyglass I had on Molly, and with that I leveled up the Shadow Serpent to level 80 and put 2 stars on it. I attacked Creative again with Molly now using the Shadow Serpent, and managed to defeat him again. Indeed, thanks to the trinkets buff, the Orochi did increase its damage a bit, but Molly didn't really stand out from the other heroes. On the contrary, Creative's Orochi again dealt 34 million damage against my fleet, with Sahara dealing 15 million damage on her own. From my part, it was the Warhammer and the Scepter that stood out, producing both over 20 million damage. To get good heroes and level them up, we will have to get and consume conks in the recruitment. A good way to get them is through the use of glintstones to buy packs when we need them. And through Packsify is the safest and cheapest way to do it. By using the new Packsify app, we can buy glintstones, and depending on our country and local currency, we can get discounts of up to 35%. Click the link in the description, download the app, join the Discord community and start saving. With Packsify, we're not just playing, we're playing smarter. Don't miss out. I had to keep testing, so then I attacked my gang main Navy Diver, who with 72 million CP attacked me a couple of days ago. He defeated me, and my Orochi in that moment produced 13 million damage with Molly dealing 1.7 million. I attacked him again, and this time Navy increased his CP to almost 75 million, and I went from 68.7 to 68.8, so the gap is higher. Of course, he defeated me again, but this time I was able to deal more damage. The Orochi produced a little more damage with Molly dealing 2.8 million. Not a big difference really. I made a couple more attacks on opponents with more CP than mine. I managed to defeat Kingsley. He had Sahara but with low level skills and using the hook as a trinket. His fearless princess was quickly sunk, and maybe that's why she didn't stand out in combat. And then Sniper, who I always had a hard time defeating. I lost to him again, and looking at his setup, his Orochi with Sahara on board using Shadow Serpent did good damage on my fleet, combining very well with his Warhammer. Compared to Creative's fleet, Sniper Sahara has relatively low level skills. No 5th skill yet, the one that increases her ship's rage recovery, which is really helpful, and she is using a Shadow Serpent at level 64. He is using Luna with Kartal's trinket on his Warhammer, and she didn't really do much damage, so I think that gives me a good reason not to spend Kongs on that trinket. In conclusion, it seems to me that Sahara at a good level and with her trinket also well leveled up can be a hero who decides battles. But is she the one really making the difference for over the trinket? Now I will have to farm experience like crazy to bring her to the level of the other heroes of my fleet and put her on my Orochi. Okay gang, here ends this video. I hope this can be helpful for you. As always, join my Discord and follow me on my other social media. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and activate notifications so you know when I upload new content. This is Muck, I wish you all a great day, bye bye.